Right, we've got more Velma content today. Goodness me. This show is just ripe for the salt mine. So, there's some really, pretty overt sexualization of children in this. Talking about young boys, male genitalia, loads of stuff. It's quite gross, basically. It's not cool. So, HBO and actress Mindy Kaling's Scooby-Doo spin-off series, Velma, added more controversial content to its repertoire in its latest episode. This time, treating, basically paedophilia as a joke. Now, I'm not one of these people that says you can't joke about stuff. In fact, I'm the opposing side of that. But there's a limit, and the limit is kind of public discourse. And at the moment, it's not really appropriate because there is so much going on. And then you only have to look at the sort of ideological grounds on which the likes of most actors, Mindy Kaling alike as well, sit on. And they would genuinely think this stuff is fine, actually. So during episode 4 titled Velma Makes a List, the new series makes multiple jokes about children in an overt sexual manner. The first involves the local town mayor lusting over attractive high school teenage girls. Now, that's not something we haven't seen before, but again, it's compounding, isn't it? It's a compounding element. And the other involves lead characters of Velma's impression of young boys and their talent for drawing male genitalia. So after Velma is tasked with thwarting a local murderer who seems to be targeting only pretty high school girls, the middle-aged town sheriff suggests that she rank the hottest girls in her school and help them be less attractive to save their lives. Right. Okay then. So, town mayor's salivating over it all. Weird. That obviously means that she failed. But Velma's viewers, obviously incredibly uncomfortable sense of what middle-aged white men lust over underage girls. I mean, they're underage. So, talking to the mayor and sheriff during the reveal, Velma went on to go, Mayor Dave, Sheriff Cogburn, I want you to remember this moment. For far too long, we've told girls that pain is beauty. Well, today, you will see these painfully beautiful girls transform from dam to air. What? So once Velma, again, I know this is odd, right? Trust me, this is a Scooby-Doo prequel. That's what they're doing. But check this out. Once Velma reveals the girls, who don't appear to have changed their appearance in any way, the mayor says, "Ooh, they're so hot, daddy likey." Wait, you're supposed to do the opposite. What the hell, Velma? What? This is a Scooby-Doo prequel. So in another scene from the same episode, Velma attempts to make a comment on sexism to her friend, but accidentally makes weird statements on little kids and genitals. She goes, and I quote, "Our whole lives, girls are told by guys there's a right way to be hot, and I'm not it." This is Velma, ladies and gents. Does anyone remember Scooby-Doo, the movie that came out? I'm pretty certain a lot of people thought Velma was alright. Guys even teach us to be ashamed of our own bodies. Every little kid knows how to draw a penis, but make a little kid draw a vajayjay, and what happens? Her friend Norval replies, "You go to jail." To which she says, "Exactly." Why would you be making little kids draw genitals? What? This has gone off the charts, ladies and gents. But it gets, again, funny, because then we get articles like this. What's so bad about Velma? Since we all live in isolated ideological echo chambers, it's nice when something meaningless comes along that we can all argue about. This week, it's HBO's Velma, a Scooby-Doo spin-off geared toward grown-ups and starring the voice of Mindy Kaling. The cartoon is at 52% on Rotten Tomatoes. Critics, it's at 6 or something like that for actual audience. So yeah, audience rating of 6.2. I think it's dropped, by the way, as well to 5, which is pretty hilarious. And it's the third worst rated show in history on IMDb. Again, just as an FYI. Still, most of the online discourse is about hating Velma. Some people on the right see the series as a demonstration of performative wokeness that's racist against white people. I mean, it is. where some leftist types think that the show is purposefully unfunny to make wokeness look stupid. That's not the case, because these people are ideologically aligned to that. But the main problem with Velma, across the ideological spectrum, is the complete lack of both Scooby-Doo both Scooby and Doo, the famous talking dog, who is also, he's not even in the show. But that's not the worst thing. The worst thing is the fundamental changes that they make to the archetypes of the characters. The characters are not the same. They're not the same people. They're not the same characters at all. It's just ridiculous. Now, interestingly, the series was apparently never supposed to be about Velma, or what people think. There's a rumour going around that this was a different show, that they slapped on names and superficial tropes from Scooby-Doo, which you can probably believe it. Because when this comes out, you always go, why didn't you just make your own thing? Maybe they tried, and it didn't test well, so they're like, no, we'll just call it Velma instead. So the show reportedly was widely streamed. I don't think HBO, it's interesting because people are always like, well, HBO doesn't care whether people are hate watching it or not. I think they probably do. Because remember, especially for a streaming platform, they're doing this to earn subscribers. So, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. And again, we can kind of scroll through this. There's nothing else major on this article here. But it's just, what an absolute unmitigated disaster. I mean, doing this kind of stuff to kids, it's just a bit odd. It's a bit odd. So the series devotes story beats to portraying former Fred, a well-loved character, as a rich white male who gets taken down a peg because of his privilege and the fact that he's afraid people would notice he's got a tiny penis. That's a legitimate element of this story. He has a tiny pee-pee. Why is that part of this? It's just so weird. So weird. One of the main characters goes to a strip club with a dad. Teenage boys making out at their high school. Why is this in this show? Again, remember, it's more the fact that it just doesn't... They're fundamentally not the same characters. Why are they doing this? Why are you saying stuff like that about kids? And it's just bizarre. And again, this is pretty much universally agreed upon. It's the third worst rated show in TV history at the moment. I repeat that, third worst rated show in TV history. Pretty terrible. So universally, it's seemingly hated.